Today I want to talk about why being good at art adds self-worth to your life and moreover can give you confidence as a person. Being good at something probably means to you that you can simply bring value to an art project or a concept with a toolbox of skills and techniques. But when you first start out, there are no tools in your toolbox. You can't bring much to value of anything with zero to no skills. You're someone that isn't good at one thing yet. You'll watch other more skilled artists getting the accolades and respect while you're years behind in technique and skill. You'll probably walk around with heavy doubt about yourself and where your art journey is. Your art is probably lacking in all areas, and you probably don't feel too confident about something that you're really passionate about. You know, something that you care so much about, but just don't have the skills to show for it. For example, when I started my art journey years ago, my art was lacking in anatomy, perspective, values. I didn't know form or how to properly render anything. I walked around constantly thinking I was weird because I knew that people knew that I liked to draw and spend all my free time learning and studying the art fundamentals at home while also being completely bad at it. Being around friends and talking about what I'm studying or what art I'm spending my nights working on for the purpose of working on my craft was something they just didn't get. They might have been supportive, but I don't think they knew what this decision to be good at something was doing to me inside. I don't think that they knew how much it was destroying me to my core of who I was or was trying to eventually become. I also don't think anyone knew how important it was, and to be honest, at the time I didn't know how much this journey would eventually fill my life with so much purpose. It's odd. It's one of those things that sounds kind of oxymoronic, but anyone who's ever started from scratch and worked their way up to get good at something knows what I'm talking about. Being bad at something for so long is soul-crushing, especially with art. Art is kind of like music. You instantly know if you're doing something below the skill level you'd like to eventually obtain. You can see the results immediately right in front of you. You know your target skill level you want to reach, but your skills just aren't there. Art skills are something that improve on a very long time scale. If you had a timeline of the skills of where you learned how to do perspective properly or learn how lighting works, you'd find that the timelines were so far from where you assumed you'd learn them. Learning something and sticking with it and then applying those skills, getting really good at something, takes a really disciplined and patient person. I'd argue it takes someone very mentally strong or just someone nuts and obsessed. It's probably a little bit of both. I say this because doing something like art studies, drawing and painting is always looking at your own work, usually looking down on your own work in the beginning. It's knowing it's bad and continually beating the studies and lessons into your brain over years and being bad at it for years and still not accepting defeat. And as you accept the fact that you have to just stick at it because this is what you decided you want, you really start to see results. You won't even notice the results until you maybe start getting compliments about how good you're getting. You know, as time goes on, you'll probably start surprising yourself like, oh shoot, I made that. I did that drawing, or you know, I painted that painting. I learned how to do that over time because I stuck to it. I stuck to my studies where other people didn't put in the time or just quit on being an artist altogether. They quit because it's hard getting good at something. It takes quite a lot of someone's time and energy to do something at such a high level. So after doubting yourself and your art and your skills for so long and not holding your head high, you finally start to see results. Start getting compliments, recognition from your peers, respect from places you didn't get respect before, and people probably start to seek you out over other artists for commissions. Now, this will give you so much confidence over time, and this is where you start to realize you're walking with your head held high. You'll start gaining self-esteem and self-respect because you know you were the one that put in the long nights and years to get good at your craft. You're the one that made your passion a priority. And knowing this, you start to realize that if you could do this, if you have the willpower and discipline to start something from scratch and then take all that time and commit to that discipline to build yourself a strong skill set, you know, whether it be painting or, you know, drawing or 3D modeling, you have validated that you have the work ethic to do it again and again. You'll have learned something critically important about yourself that I believe is important in life for people to believe in themselves. It sounds cliche, but I'm going to say it. You've learned that you can make a decision and follow through if you work at it. You now know that you have that power. Once you have the power to choose and follow through on that decision, you can give yourself permission to do anything you put your mind to. And that's what happened with me. I got good at something because it was something that I cared about, nurtured, and cultivated with my own hands, time, and effort. You become filled with self-respect about yourself. You gain a healthy confidence about what you believe yourself capable of doing. You now know you can achieve and obtain objectives and follow through on any goal you decide on pursuing. Now I realized, what if I took that and used the same formula for everything in my life? What if I chose effort and accepted everything was going to be hard and still persevered? Now this is not a, you got to pull yourself by your bootstraps and work at it and, accept life is hard. Everyone is not going to have the same journey. And there might be many variables of why that's the case. It might be harder for you, or, it might be easier for someone else. But I still believe that everything I just said holds true for everyone. You know what I mean? And again, it's not like a whole blanket statement. There are going to be some things that are just going to be tougher or easier from others. Being good at drawing and painting is something that gave my life so much more purpose and added so much value and fun to my life. It made me feel I can walk with confidence. If I ever start to feel too low, I go back on what I achieved with my art and what I've accomplished so far with it. I can't be bored because I always have something I do well that I can use to fill my day and create something fun from imagination. I can never say I don't have something to offer the world, because I do. I can do something a lot of people can't do. No one could ever say that I don't have work ethic or that I'm lazy, because I spent a decade of blood, sweat, and tears working at this passion of mine when no one was forcing me to. No one can take away that hard work, passion, and love that I hold dear for my art and for my art journey. I really see my art and my art journey as one. It's like a whole package deal, because it was so hard getting to this point, and I will always hold my head high because of it. And that's why I firmly believe being good at art, or being good at anything worth being good at, fills you with so much self-worth and confidence. It's really self-love. Art fills me with such a propelling purpose in life. It really is my life engine. It's something that I carry with me everywhere. Is it everything? No. And there's so much more important issues at hand in the world. I get it. But personally, it has given me so many tools that I can and do take in other areas of my life. I really hope all of you artists out there take the time to find yourself through your art and that discipline it takes to get good at your art or your craft. You'll find so much more about yourself through the effort and willpower it takes to succeed at being the best artist you can be. You'll see what you're made out of. I truly believe working towards something hard is a life-enriching experience worth taking. I hope this finds you happy and proud of your growth so far. The journey is long, but know it's worth it every second. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.